Right, hey there, good morning. How you going today? Good? Good to hear, good to hear. Me? Oh, I'm doing super duper. Thanks for asking. Day number 19 already? 19 in the bag. Yeah, boy. 2 days to go. So what I'm thinking is, for today's video, because these are getting sort of harder and harder to do, today I'm going to do this whole video on one big thing. First of all though, Little Book of Wisdom. Let's see what the little wisdom is today. With kindness, with love and compassion, with this feeling that is the essence of brotherhood, sisterhood, one will have inner peace. Okay, so with that out of the way, I want to get on to the subject of today's video. I feel like something needs to be said that's a sort of a follow-on from yesterday. Don't worry, I'm not going to start yelling at you again. Something that I said yesterday that I think needs to be either justified or elaborated on at least. Now, I never actually thought I'd say this, but I don't know who's going to be watching this, so I am going to put up just a slight trigger warning. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about mental disorder, depression, and a little bit about self-harm. Now, I'm not a professional, and so I'm not going to be getting too deep into these topics, but I just wanted to be safe and let you know that this is what I'm going to be talking about, since if that's the kind of thing you're not comfortable with sort of listening to, or you don't really want to delve into that, totally fine, you shouldn't have to, and feel free to skip the video, because essentially what I want to talk about is my experiences with those things and some of the coping strategies I developed to get through that sort of thing. So with that out of the way, the thing I was saying yesterday that I feel needs to be sort of fleshed out a little bit more, I feel like in my impassioned rant, I inadvertently made light of some relatively serious topics. Now, I don't take back what I said, okay? If you're looking for an excuse, there will always be one at hand. And if you are suffering from some sort of mental illness, a lot of the time, that can be a really good excuse. As I said, the thing about excuses is they're usually valid. Now, as I said, I'm no expert on mental illnesses at all, but I've interacted a lot with depression and anxiety in particular. And to be totally honest, I've suffered from myself. Me, my mum, and my grandma have all had clinical depression, anxiety. The point of saying this isn't, once again, to get sympathy. I don't want sympathy, I don't need it. Neither does my mum, neither does her mum. All I want you to understand is that where I'm coming from is an informed opinion. Not informed on the basis of clinical research, but informed on the basis of personal experience. Only personal experience. What I'm saying today could be completely wrong. I'm not a psychologist. If you're having problems with your mental health, if you're feeling depressed or anxious, the number one thing you should do is go and see a specialist. All I'm here to do is offer you my perspective. Now, my situation is probably completely unrelated to yours. I have no idea what you go through. All I want to do is offer a potential alternative perspective that you might be able to utilize. Remember, like I said in episode 2, knowledge is just an idea with utility. And if I can offer you an idea that helps, then I feel like I'm obligated to do so. So, this topic came to my mind about a week back. I was actually talking to a family member, and they were telling me about their experiences with self-harm. Now, the only way I could think to help was to try to relate to them, was to try to let them know of my experience, let them know that I cared, and tell them what I did, because maybe it will help. And I'll tell you this now, when I was younger, I was pretty severely depressed, especially as a teenager, and at times I had compromising thoughts. I wanted to hurt myself, and it's a weird thing to go through. A lot of people will tell you it's stupid, tell you to stop. People don't understand. And the weird thing about it is I didn't understand. I didn't understand why I had these feelings. I didn't understand why I had these urges. In a lot of ways, I still don't think that I do. But what I did was I came up with a way to help deal with it, because I didn't want to cut myself. Mainly because I didn't want other people to see, right? I didn't want to concern anybody. When I had these thoughts of self-mutilation, self-punishment, self-flagellation, instead of cutting myself, I exercised. Okay, I would just go out and do push-ups until my arms hurt, buckled and broke. I would do squats until I couldn't stand anymore. I would do chin-ups until my back seized up and I had to lie down for 10 minutes. And so while I was discussing this with my family member, I started to think about how I came to do that. What was it that clicked in my head that brought me to the conclusion that that's how I should deal with those thoughts and those feelings that didn't come to a lot of other less fortunate people that end up doing more severe damage. As I thought about that, and I was explaining that to her, she said something very, very powerful. She said, sometimes I dance. I just dance and dance and dance until I fall down on the floor. And then she said, because it's a more constructive way to express my pain. That hit me. It really did. Because it dawned on me that, well, once again, I'm not a psychologist here, but, maybe the reason that we feel like this sometimes, so the reason you feel like you need to be punished, or you need, the popular one I've heard is, people self-harm because they feel like they're losing control, they need control, and they have control over that. It seems like all it is an expression of pain. When you are depressed, when you are suffering with deep anxiety, it's this numb pain, right? It doesn't make itself really apparent. That somber, morbid, depressing abyss that your soul just sinks into when you're in that state. What is that? It's hard to describe, right? So what do? So you have this numb, cold pain deep, deep down. And you feel like you shouldn't feel that way. So you press it down and you press it down. You put on a happy face. You go out there and try to be the best you can be. But it's still there, right in the center of your core, eating away at you. So what does it do? You press it down and it riles up. And so you've got this pain inside you that needs to be expressed. And if you don't have the tools at hand, if you don't have the skills, and if you don't have any other means of articulating that pain, you take it out on yourself. Because it's a pain that's theoretical. It exists inside. It doesn't have any real substance. It's a potentiality that needs to be manifest. And so if you don't manifest it, it will find a way. And so your body lashes out without your cognition, without you thinking about it. You go into an emotional state where your emotions take over and make you do these things. And the people that don't go through it never understand. They never understand. They look at it and go, why do you do this to yourself? What have you done? But the thing that I find remarkable about this epiphany is perhaps it could help you if you understand that self-harm is internalized pain that needs to be expressed. I'm going to preface this again. I could be entirely wrong. My word is not gospel. Once again, if you are having problems of this nature, please seek help. If not for yourself, then for the people that love you. Please. Okay, back to what I was saying. So, you have pain inside you. It's eating you alive, needs to get out. What do? Well, find a way to express your pain. That's what was beautiful about it. That's the thing that stuck out to me. Okay? It expresses my pain. And it just resonates because that's it. It needs to be expressed, man. Why do you think all the best artists in the world are all depressed? My little sister said something to me the other day about the show Adventure Time, and that is, the magic users in the show have to be either sad or crazy. And it's the same with artists, right? Creative people, they have to be either sad or crazy, okay? Because it's only by being a little bit out of the box on one side or another, that you have the ability to grapple with these things that exist below the surface and then articulate them. And so if you keep them inside, if you keep it bottled down, as I said, it's going to rally back at you. It's going to explode out of you in ways that you can't control. But if you can find something that you enjoy or that you want to aspire to, that you can express your pain through, well, then you might just be on the ticket. And I think this is a really important message because, as I said, while it might not be a one-size-fits-all thing, like solution to all your problems, it might just help. And that's why I'm saying it, because it might not. But if there's even a 1% chance that picking up something new and trying to express your pain through another medium could help you, then it's worth trying, right? Here's some things that I believe would be a really good conduit for pain. 1, exercising. Okay, if you want to hurt yourself physically. Everyone knows how to do a push-up, a chin-up, a crunch, and a squat. Crunch is a sit-up, by the way. Go and do that, right? You feeling bad? Fine, go outside and punish the hell out of yourself. Push up, push up, push up until your arms can't do that. Bang! You slam into the floor. Fine. Get up. Do some squats. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down until your legs cry out in pain. All right? Yes, good pain. Okay? Feel angry at yourself. Let it come out. Manifest it. And then at the end of the day, yeah, you'll be sore, you'll be hurt, but it'll be progressing you towards something better instead of just destroying yourself. I also understand that with depression comes a complete lack of motivation. It's like, it's all well and good for me to stand here and say, oh, well, if you're feeling sad, just go and do some push-ups. But at the end of the day, when you're lying there in the miserable, bottomless pits of despair, just getting up can seem like an incomprehensibly difficult task, can seem Sisyphean in magnitude. So you want me to get up and then walk outside and then do push-ups? Jesus Christ, hold your horses, Ash. Yeah, I understand. I've been there. I get it. Okay, so here's another one. Drawing. Great way to express pain. Draw. It's what I used to do when I couldn't be bothered exercising. Because as I said, I understand how that feels. You have a pen and paper. You don't need art supplies. Like I've said in the other videos, you don't need a whole bunch of stuff to start on a project. You just don't. Okay? There's probably some paper lying around somewhere. There's probably a pencil lying around somewhere. Probably closer at hand than you believe. Pick it up. Just start scribbling. Or hey, you got one of these, right? You got a phone? Cool. It's got a doodling app. Go doodle something. Okay. What's another one? Music. Music's a beautiful way to express pain. It's exactly the reason that I want to be learning music, is so that I can express things that I can't express through language. Yeah, not everyone has a guitar, alright? I understand that. Not everyone has a guitar. Not everyone has a drum set. Not everyone has a flute or a saxophone or a trombone. Yeah, I know. Musical instruments are expensive. I get that. But you'd be surprised at where you can find on buy and sell pages or Gumtree. I picked up my first guitar for $40. Okay? If that's outside your price range, then... But if it's something you want to do and it could potentially help you, then why not put the two things together and make that small minimum first investment? Once you pick up a guitar, how do you learn guitar? Well, same way I have. Okay, there's an app called Musician that you can use for free that gives you lessons every day. Otherwise, there's unlimited tabs on the internet completely for free. All you've got to do is pick a song that you would like to learn. I'm sure there's songs you like, right? Come up with the first one off the top of your head. What's a song I'd like to learn? Google it, guitar tabs. If you don't know how to read tabs, then Google how to read tabs first. And just start plucking away. Give it a shot. Practice. That's how I do it. I've almost learned the whole Gerudo Valley theme song. And I haven't had a single lesson. You can self-teach, and that's part of the fun. Now, the fact that you have to improvise and learn it yourself isn't an obstacle. It's an opportunity. Because one, that's what makes it fun, is that you get to come up with your own ways to solve problems and learn how to do something. And two, that's what makes it an effective conduit for expressing pain. Because it's difficult, because you'll fuck it up, but you can then overcome your fuck-ups. And it all takes place in the course of minutes. You do a 10-minute session, and you're going to have 100 lost battles and 100 victories. That's a lot of ups, downs, and development in a very short amount of time. And if nothing else brings you catharsis, that will. Now, if you're musically inclined and you cannot afford an instrument at all, but you're still interested in this idea of being able to express yourself through music, sing. Are you a good singer? That doesn't matter. Shut up. Neither am I. That's fine. It's like I said, you suck at anything when you start out. And if you don't like the way you sound, hey, we got something to learn. Trust me, if it's a song that really resonates with you, that you really love, you will feel better by the end of it. Every single time. One last thing I believe is a really effective potential conduit for expressing your pain is writing. If music doesn't appeal to you, if you can't get excited about fitness, if you're really not interested in drawing, then write something. Because I swear to God, one of these things will be your thing. One of those things. Just write something, anything. You can write how you're feeling. You can just write it straight out on a page. You can write your stream of thought, what you're worried about, why you're anxious, why you're depressed. You know, just spit it out onto a page, okay? And then at the end of that, if you don't feel better, write something else. Write a story. Write a poem. Write a song. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to show anyone. Like, it's just for you. It's your pain expressed. Just let it flow through the pen onto the page in whatever form it takes. And yes, it'll probably suck like everything else, but that's fine because it's just for you. It's just you expressing the pain. Now, expressing emotion with beauty, with elegance, takes skill. And skill, like I said, takes practice. But anyone can do this stuff. Anyone can pick up a guitar and start learning. Anyone can drop on the floor and do some push-ups. Even if it's just 2 or 3. Okay, do two push-ups, then do 2 sit-ups. Okay? And if you're like really overweight and that's your limit, fantastic. All the better. Because it means that you push yourself to your limit faster than it's going to take me to do so. To summarize, I just want to say, like I said yesterday, I do care about you. And sometimes things can really, really suck because life is full of pain and suffering. But it doesn't mean that you have to suffer meaninglessly. It doesn't mean that you have to hurt yourself. There's enough things out here trying to beat us down and cut us off at the knees without us turning inward and destroying ourselves from the inside out. So, once again, if you're struggling with this sort of thing, see a professional. Also, try expressing it through a more effective medium. Please. This has been a pretty confronting and honestly emotionally exhausting episode today. So I'm just going to cut it off here. My 21-day challenge is almost at its end. I got one more episode tomorrow and then the final wrap up on Sunday. It has been an incredible journey so far. In just 19 short days, I've gone through such a transformation. It's blown my mind. And you know, looking back through my videos over such a short time, it's like I can already see the development. It's crazy. So I will say once again, if you haven't already, pick the thing you want to do, start yourself on the 21-day challenge. Just do it for 21 days and record it somewhere. A bunch of my friends have started doing it. It's working out great for them. Some of them have decided to record their challenge through a blog. Some of them have decided to join on Facebook. Some of them have just decided to keep a personal video diary. But either way, pick the thing you want to do it for 21 days, and record your experience doing it. It will keep you accountable and it will make you learn things from the experience that you would otherwise miss if you weren't being so introspective. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging around. Much love. I really hope something I said today can help you out some way. If it does, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. I'm not your mum. Anyway, much love, guys. Have fun in your adventures. Good luck on your endeavors, and I will see you on the flip side.